Assalamu alaikum. Between 1992 and 1995, there was a genocide carried out of the Muslims in Bosnia, which is a small country in the center of Europe. Some of you may remember it, you may have been alive for it. Others may have only heard about it from others who witnessed it or from online. Now, the summer of 1995, that was the peak of the war. That's when the Srebrenica genocide took place, which was Europe's worst massacre since the Second World War, in which 8,000 innocent Bosnian Muslim men, women and children were killed under the eyes of the Dutch United Nations peacekeepers. So today's story takes place in the summer of 1995, where there was a number of battles that the Bosnian army, they undertook, and within them were units of foreign fighters that were trying to take back land for the Muslims that had been captured by the Serbs. There was a sheikh, by sheikh I mean Islamic scholar, and his name was Abu Ayyub al-Shamrani. Shamran is an area of Saudi Arabia. So this sheikh, he was from there, Abu Ayyub al-Shamrani he was. Now, he was in a bunker, and it was a small bunker in a small position, and he was assigned there alone. And he got there in the night, and in the morning, before Fajr, there was going to be an offensive. So there's going to be an attack that the Muslims are going to carry out, a surprise attack on the position of the enemy. And this was the position that was given to him. So he had to just stay in that bunker, and then he would carry out the attack or whatever. He had some role to play. I don't know the exact details of it. So he said that while he was in this bunker and it was nighttime, and he's there by himself, and he's got his weapons, he's got his grenades and his AK-47, and he's sitting there, and a bear comes to the entrance of his bunker. I don't know what type of bear it was, but in that region there are brown bears, which are huge, big European brown bears. It could have been one of those. It came to the entrance of his bunker. Now, what does he do? So he picked up he was holding his rifle. He picked up his rifle, and he's thinking now that, okay, I can shoot this bear. But if I shoot this bear, I'll protect myself. But it will give away to the enemy that I'm here, and that possibly that there's going to be an attack. So while he's thinking about all of these things, and all these thoughts are going through his mind, and he's looking at the bear, and the bear's looking at him, and he's grabbed his rifle. All of a sudden, Sheikh Abu Ayyub, he just went into a slumber. And he said, a few moments later, I woke up, and the bear was gone. Now, what actually happened there? That slumber that he fell into is a type of slumber or a type of sleep called nu'as. And you can see that in the Quran. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says in Surah Al Imran, he talks about nu'as, which is a type of slumber that comes in battle. It comes at certain times in order to give comfort to the believers. And it came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it came to the Sahaba. And it's a sleep which is short, but it is refreshing. And it's a divine sleep. So in his case, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he sent him to sleep, and the bear walked away. And then a few moments later, when he woke up, then there's no bear, and everything is okay. What's the lesson from this story? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will test us with fear in our lives. Surah Baqarah, he says, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ. He mentions a number of things, but the first one he mentions is fear. We shall test you with fear. And fear is something that all of us will be subjected to at some point in our lives. Fear of many things. Fear of something happening to someone that you love. Fear of something happening to you. Fear of something going wrong. Fear of a talk going wrong. Fear of a project going wrong, or some business deal going wrong, or just physical danger. I mean, people living under war, they stay together. Whole families, they stay together in the same room, because if they're going to be killed, then let them all be killed together. all types of fear, all types of fear. We will be subjected to fear. But remember that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sends a test to you, then He also sends its solutions along with it. He also gives you the solution. And when you have tried your utmost, and you've done your best, and you've taken all the means at your disposal, you've tried physical means and mental means and spiritual means, and you've made dua, and you've tried your best, you've done everything that you can, but still there's no way out for you, then at that point put your trust in Allah and He will make a way out for you, just like He did. So this Shaykh, he took his means, he got his rifle ready, he took the means as much as he could do, he did that, but after that point he left it to Allah, and Allah protected him from that which he was afraid of. So when you are faced with something impossible or an impossible situation, or when you are faced with overwhelming odds and you've done your level best to do whatever you can in that situation, at that point, if you put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and leave it to Him, saying, Allah, I've done my best now, I can't do anything more, you now take over. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show you His wonders, and He will make a way out for you in a way that you could never imagine and a way that you could never expect. This was today's story. If you enjoyed this video, then, and I say story, but it's actually a witness account. Story might be something that's made up, so these aren't really stories, real life stories they are, but these are real life witness accounts. If you enjoyed today's video, then please press the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and press the notifications button, and share this video far and wide. Share it on WhatsApp, share it on your social media, and let others benefit from it as well. Until the next episode, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.